So dear student, so today I'll be discussing about shares and dividends, which is chapter there in class 10th of ICSE. So first I'll be sharing the important notes, as you can see here, no? Correct? Things to know. See, basically, once it comes for the shares, correct? We all heard about Bitcoins, correct? The cryptocurrency, a lot of things have been coming, correct? During the COVID time, these cryptocurrencies, all of those things, the market shore up to like anything. In the sense, 2010, if it was costing only 1 rupee, suddenly now it is costing around 50 lakhs. So from 1 rupee to where? Within 10 years, it went to 50 lakhs. So the nominal value or the face value, in the sense, at the beginning, what was the price of that particular crypto coin or the Bitcoin? 1 rupee in 2011. But now at 2024, if I'm purchasing it, it is 50 lakh for that one particular one Bitcoin value. Okay, so I'm just telling these values as an approximate thing. Okay, not the real value also. So you should not tell me that this is not the right way. This is just for your understanding purpose. So from 1 rupee, where it has gone to 50 lakhs. Correct? So 1 rupee, when it was being introduced, that is called the face value or nominal value of that particular coin. But what is the current value? That is called the market value. Now I have to give 50 lakhs for purchasing one Bitcoin. Okay. So I hope you understood the main difference between the face value and market value respectively. So the people who has brought in 2011, so what will be the cost price? Cost price is 1 rupee. Now suppose if they are selling it now, correct, then their profit will be what? Selling price minus cost price. Now the selling price is 50 lakhs. 50 lakhs minus 1 rupee. So now you got the point. So this is one scenario. Second scenario, let's take a big company like Pepsi or Coca-Cola. Okay, we can buy shares in that company. That will have millions of shares. Pepsi and Coca-Cola is not a small company. It is present all over the world. Correct? And a lot of people are investing in that company. Okay, so we can buy the shares of that company. So for example, let's take the share price of Pepsi. Today is 200 rupees. Okay, but the face value, the actual value of Pepsi per share is what? 50 rupees. So when you brought it, it was how much? 50 rupees. But now what is the value? 200. Correct? So obviously these companies are all profitable because a lot of people drink Pepsi and Coca-Cola. Okay, I didn't say all of us because I don't drink Pepsi or Coca-Cola. That's the reason. So a lot of people will drink these soft drinks and obviously they'll make profit. So what these companies will do is to attract the investors, they'll give something called dividend. Yeah, you're investing this much amount of money in us. Correct? So we will give you some profit percentage. That is called the dividends. After paying all the salaries, correct? And all the investments, or all the marketing cost, everything covered by the Pepsi, if there is some amount left with the company, what they will do? They will divide that money to all of its investors. So we will get that particular money is called dividend. So I hope you understood that. Correct? Now coming to this. If market value is said to be equal to face value, so it is said to be at par. If market value is greater than nominal value, that is face value, it is above premium. So if it is above this thing, it is said to be above premium. Market value less than nominal value, the face value. For example, if the Pepsi price today it has go to 10 rupees, but actual face value of Pepsi is 50, then it is said to be under par. So I'm getting at a discount. So once I buy those shares, I can make a lot of profits. And profit, I think all of you know, it is selling price minus cost price. And this is the point which I told you, when someone invests in share, the person, get something called dividend. Okay, so dividend is not calculated on the market value, but on the face value of that particular share. So sum invested. This is by a person investing in shares. Correct? The sum invested. That is number of shares brought into what? The market value of one share. Okay. So number of shares bought is what? Just divide this thing. Sum invested by market value of one share. And number of shares bought. One more formula is total dividend received by dividend for one share. So if I received a total dividend of 1000 rupees and dividend of one share is 10 rupees. So 1000 by 10, that is 100. So 100 shares I brought. Okay, so this is a kind of formula which I'll be using in the problems. And the last part, dividend income, number of shares into rate of dividend into face value. This is a formula. Profit gain, obviously profit gain depends on number of shares, correct? And profit, selling price minus cost price. That's it. Profit gain is what? Selling price minus cost profit into how much shares you hold. If you share 100 shares, then 100 into selling price minus cost price. Total income what I get is profit plus dividend income. ROI, return on investment. So to this formula, dividend plus profit by total investment. Correct? What is total investment? Cost price into number of shares. Yeah, so that's the same thing. So with this knowledge, we'll go to the previous year questions. So as you can see, the first question, a company with 500 shares of nominal value of rupees 120 declares an annual dividend of 15%. Calculate the total amount of the dividend paid by the company. Annual income of Mr. Sharma holds 80 shares of the company. The return percentage from his share is 10%. Find the market value of each share. So this was 2020 paper. Okay. So first thing is the total amount of dividend paid by the company. How much shares? 500 shares of nominal value. So write down number of shares 500, face value is 120. Rate of percentage. Total dividend formula N into RF by 100. NRF by 100. Substitute all of these things. 500 into 120 into 15 by 100. You'll get the value. Second question. Annual income of Mr. Sharma who holds 80 shares of the company. So total 100 shares. This guy is holding how much? 80 shares. Correct? So NRF by 100. So 80 into 50. So he's holding how much? 1440. Okay. Yes, 1440. And his share from his share of 10%. Return percentage is how much? 10%. So return percentage is nothing but what? Income by investment. What is my income? The above value he got 1440 by investment. Correct? Investment is nothing but number of shares that he have into market value. Correct? Into market value. Into 100. So once I solve it, I can get the market value. Market value of that share is how much? 180 rupees. Upon solving, I'll get it. It's a very simple formula. So this is a 2020 question. Second question, a man invests 4,500 in shares of a company which is paying 7.5% dividend. If 100 shares are available at discount at 10%, find number of shares he purchases, his annual income. First thing is, what is investment? He invests rupees 4,500. What is the face value? 100. Then I would take it as 100 only. Market value is getting a discount, 10% discount. So I just have to minus 10 rupees from 100. So 90 rupees. Correct. Number of shares formula is the investment. Total investment is how much? 4,500 by market value 90. So he's getting 50 shares. Now his annual income. N into R into F by 100. Just simple substitute. 50 into Rate is given 7.5 into 100 by 100. That's all, 375. Simple question to do. Okay, so pause the video whenever required. Next question. Sachin invest rupees 8,500 in 10%. Rupees 100 shares at 170 rupees. He sells the shares when the price of each share rises by rupees 30. He invests the proceeds in 12%, rupees 100 shares at 125. Find the sales proceeds. Find the number of rupees 125 shares by the change in his annual income. The first thing, investment is what? 8,500. Correct? Yes, in 10%. That is the rate of dividend. Rupees 100 shares at 170. Correct? So, is paying a premium. Market value is what? 170 plus 30. Because he sells the shares and the price of each share rises by 30. So, he invests 8,500 rupees in 10%, rupees 100 shares at 170. He sells the shares when it is increased by 30 rupees. Then he invests the proceeds in 12%, rupees 100 shares at 125. So we have to find the sales proceeds, the number of 125 shares he buy, the change in his annual income. So first thing is number of shares he has purchased in the first time. 8,500 rupees by market value, 1,170. So that is something but 50. Correct? Sale proceeds. Yes, so he has increased it to what? By 30. He's selling it at 30 rupees, 200 rupees. Correct? And how much shares are in 50? So 50 into 200, it will be 10,000. Correct? Now his second investment 10,000, what is the rate? For example, go back to the question and see he invests the proceeds in 12% rupees 100 shares at 125. So whatever money 10,000 is getting, correct? Yes. So what is the face value of the share he's investing? 100. And what is the market value? 125. So number of 125 shares is buy. So with 10,000 rupees, he buys what? 125. So number of shares he get is 80. So his annual income earlier. That is the third question here. If I'm not wrong. The change in his annual income. So let's see the change in his annual income. Correct? Yes. So his annual income earlier. Earlier when his shares was 50. 50 into rate was 10 into 100 by 100, 500 rupees. Now his annual income. Number of shares recently what he got? 80. And what is the rate? 12% into 100 by 100. So 960. So 960 minus 500, 460 rupees is his increase. It's a very profitable thing. Then next question, a man invests rupees 22,500 in rupees 50 shares available at 10% discount. The dividend paid by the company is 12%. Calculate the number of shares purchased, the annual dividend received, the rate of return he gets on his investment. Correct? Then you have to give the answer to nearest whole number. First thing is, what is the investment? 22,500. What is the number of shares? 50. Correct? 10% discount. Yes. So 50, if I'm giving 10% discount, it is 5 rupees. So 45 rupees. And what is the rate of dividend? 12%. So the number of shares he purchased what? Investment by market value. Same formula. I'm not using any other thing. So he has purchased 500 shares. Annual dividend. The formula is NRF by 100. So number of shares 500 into what is return 12. Face value 50. I'll get it. Rate of return ROI. Income by investment. What is income? Just now we got a dividend 3,000. Investment is 20,500. So he's getting almost 13.1 by 3, 40 by 3. Correct? 3 into 13 is 39, 39 plus 1 is 40, 40 by 3%. That's it. So it's a very easy question. 2018 question paper. So pause it whenever required and then do it. How much should a man invest in rupees 50 shares, selling at rupees 60 to obtain an income of 450? If the rate of dividend declared is 10%. Also find his yield percent to the nearest whole number. Okay, so what is investment? I think this question, what is the investment we are getting? Let me see the question here. No, this question is not complete. So we'll just skip to the next question. There is a small error in this question. Yes. Ashok invested rupees 26,412%, 25 shares of the company. If he received a dividend of 2,745. So just remember the Pepsi example which I already told you. Find a number of shares he brought, market value of each share. Correct? So the investment is how much? 26,400. What is the market value? That is a normal. No, the nominal face value is how much? 25 rupees. Dividend also you got. Number of shares is bought. I think we know the simple formula. Correct? Total dividend by dividend on one shares. So dividend on one share is how much? 12% of the nominal value, 25. Correct? So 12 by 100. So he's getting 3 rupees. So for every 25 rupees is invested, he's getting 3 rupees. Number of shares, total dividend. Correct? How much he has got dividend? See the question. If he received a dividend of 2,475. Correct? So 2,475 by what? Dividend on one share, that is 3 rupees. So 825. So he has got 825 shares. Then market value, investment by N number of shares, 32 rupees. So the 25 rupees has become 32 rupees now, the market value. Simple question only. Okay. So that's it for the class. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.